Speaking of Todd Gurley, Rams at Ravens.
Rams-Ravens.
Ravens favored by 2.5. Rams starting Case Keenum. Backup
Uh,
madness. What are we up to? Part 5, part 6 now?
Four? Yeah, this is our fourth backup that we've gotten.
Yeah, but we missed one in our notes too. Sanchez.
I wrote Sanchez Army.
Yeah, but we weren't counting him as a backup.
Yeah, but I
Hasselbeck,
didn't write part.
Texans. Every
But
single one of these games has had a backup quarterback going. Now
now
that I look at it.
let's see. Colts with a backup, so there's one.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sanchez Army, I should have written
Oh, I
part
skipped
two,
Raiders Lions. That's right. So
but I
5.
wrote part three.
Yeah.
Who's the. So part three was Broncos Bears.
So that's
We're
actually part
arguing
4
about
though.
how I wrote the outline.
Oh no, I'm just saying that
No,
there's more. It's backup madness this
it
week.
is. It's
It's
crazy.
pure backup madness. Case
That's the
Keenum.
story. That's all you're going
Uh,
to hear about. Well, not all you're going to hear about, but
yeah.
that's the top headline on all
Yeah.
these this week, week 11. What are we at? Rams Ravens.
Yeah. Case
Baltimore
Keenum.
favored. Yeah.
Is Case Keenum a step up from Nick Foles is what I have to wonder because man, Nick Foles is so bad, ruins the value of Tavon Austin, ruins the value of that defense, which works so hard and is so good. And then you get into situations where you're down 31-13 and Todd Gurley is no longer useful for you. So now they got Case Keenum coming in against the worst passing defense in the league.
Yeah. Hmm.
Does that
Well,
help Gurley? Does that help Austin, or do you still avoid the game?
no, because he Todd Gurley's worth consideration every week with his ability and against a Denver or excuse me a Baltimore defense that has allowed it 3.8 yards per carry, 98.7 yards per game on the ground. It doesn't scare me though.
You
There's
said
other
that.
bet.
You said that lovingly.
There's other better plays at running back. So I'm looking away from Gurley, but if you wanted to play him, it's fine. He's still is he the most expensive player? No, Tom Brady and he's tied with Tom Brady
On FanDuel, right?
on FanDuel. DraftKings, he
Yeah, I got
is
DraftKings. Except my
uh
internet's not working now.
no, he's 76 on
Yeah,
DraftKings.
he's actually. I think he's still cheaper than Freeman on DraftKings.
Yeah, so that'd be where I'd want to play him. I don't think I'm paying up for him on FanDuel. Baltimore, you throw on Baltimore, so you really got to think: is Case Keenum going to be able to take advantage of that bad secondary that's allowing a 101, excuse me, a 101.4 passer rating to opposing quarterbacks?
That's the question.
I like Tavon Austin. He's getting tons of looks and work every week too. They're running screens for him. They're running jet sweeps for him. He's doing. He didn't do that great against Chicago.
Well, they didn't target him though.
Exactly. Yeah.
He at one point I think in the third quarter he had more rushes than targets or than
Mm.
receptions. So that's the question. Honestly, I think in this game, I think that Case Keenum is serviceable to the point where it opens up Todd Gurley. I
Okay.
think that he'll get a couple of completions early, which forces the Ravens to watch the pass. And so I like Gurley in this game. Um, as far as the Ravens go, I don't know. They're one of those biased teams for me, which I just don't really enjoy. I don't like. I put Aiken in a lineup last week because he's a Brandon Marshall for me, where it's like he just doesn't excite me, so I always avoid him. So I was like,
Mm.
well, I'll play him. Crockett Gilmore, we hear his name all the time because he's fun to say, and he seems to get 2 or 3 red zone targets every week. But there's nobody from this that I'm jumping to go put in my lineups, probably to my detriment.
Kamar
But
Aiken would be my choice. He's $5,900 on FanDuel. He has 13 receptions over the past 2 weeks.
Mhm.
He's their one receiver. He's their top receiver, and receivers do well against St. Louis. Opposing quarterbacks have a 90.5 passer rating, and they have a good completion percentage, which I believe is tops in the league. Yeah, opponents' completion percentage against St. Louis is 70%, which is the best in the league, tied with Detroit. So I'm not shying away from completely from the Baltimore passing game. I think Kamar Aiken is the play you want. I wouldn't play Joe Flacco.
Yeah. Well, the fun thing about Flacco is we saw this with Steve Smith earlier. He'll get in a groove where he'll just target one guy,
Mm-hmm.
and that happened. Didn't happen until like the third quarter this last week, but then all of a sudden it was like Kamar Aiken on one drive was five of the targets on one drive.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely some upside there.
Yeah.
My fandom just gets in the way. I don't. It's not that I dislike him like Brandon Marshall. I just don't get excited for a
No,
Ravens
I
game.
I hear you too. And Aiken's a rookie.
Probably.
I'm just gonna look it up right now. Uh, what? Where's my little pop-up?
James, you
Oh,
lost your pop up.
I lost my little pop-up. No, he went undrafted in 2011.
Oh, so he's like 17
Yeah.
years in the league now.